6 o'clock now, a family gathering turned tragic overnight. Up next, how police say a 3-year-old drowned in a backyard pool on the northeast side.
Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones wanting to put the brakes on a deal for city funding, and this is for the new Spurs arena. We'll tell you why and what was decided in that marathon meeting.
It's the first day back to school for East Central ISD. We are at the bus barn as the drivers start taking off to do those first morning pickups. We're live.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Okay, here we go. Back to school. Did you enjoy the first day of school?
I did, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was a good way to kind of connect with buddies and kind of see all their new gear, their new clothes.
New kicks. The new Jordans.
Yes, things like that.
Your first days of school as cold as my first days of school. It would always be super cold in the classroom.
No, it was hot.
Oh, really?
Well,
I was talking about in El Paso. Okay, I thought you meant inside.
Well,
no,
yeah.
I mean, it was, I remember it being comfortable enough, I guess. But
Dude,
it was hot.
Everybody in their cool outfits and stuff, you got to put a jacket on because the classrooms were freezing
that
to
is
death.
true.
But that was our little experience.
Hey, I had one of those Dallas Cowboys starter jackets. So
Hey,
It was cool.
Look at you.
You remember the 90s? It was great.
Well, you definitely won't be
That
needing
guy.
a jacket at the bus stop today.
No, not at all. In fact, it is very warm and humid this morning. Very muggy, too, if you walk outside. So that's going to keep temperatures up. Forecast for today takes us up to 90 by noontime. It will be up around 100 for a high. Mostly sunny skies. Humidity is not going anywhere, by the way, so that means it's going to feel warmer than that. 102, 103 will be the peak heat index. Sunrise this morning will be in about 58 minutes. Sunset tonight, 8:21. And total sunlight, 13 hours, 22 minutes. All right, I want to take you out to the tropics. This is of interest to me because we have several computer models that continue to want to bring some waves off the coast of Africa and perhaps develop them. It's very early in the game here. We have a lot of time to watch, but this is going to be, I think, a topic of conversation over the next couple of weeks. We'll get you updated on where we think everything's moving and what it means for us coming up in just a couple of minutes, but it is back to school for some, so does that mean traffic's picking up, RJ?
All right, Justin. Yes, we are continuing to monitor the situation here, especially with East Central ISD. As we get through the rest of our hour, we're going to kind of highlight that in just a little bit. And I know Patty's going to talk a little bit about just the growth out there. 35 West Side right here. This is going to be Nogalitos. That's actually south of the downtown area. 35 at Zarzamora. Good morning to all of our folks there. If you are making your way out right now, a couple of construction delays and one accident to let you know about. Check out the backup right here. This is going to be northbound 1604 past Bandera Road right there by Hausman. And you see that we still have construction crews reportedly on the scene here, causing a pretty good delay for our drivers. Again, coming north on 1604 past Bandera Road, kind of headed towards the direction of the UTSA main campus. And 35 right here, northbound traffic, seeing some pretty good backups in this one particular spot. That's our northbound traffic. You see our brake lights there indicating that we are slow moving through there. We do have an accident there as well. So let's go to Alex with the very latest on the northeast side of town in Drive Cam. What's up, Alex?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. I thought it was an accident too. I saw two vehicles at first, but it looks like one individual was trying to help the other driver get his car moving again. So we do have a disabled vehicle now on the left lane of I-35 northbound, right in front of the park, right in front of the Forum. And right now we do have a backup that's from the Forum Parkway all the way down to Topperwine. And this is in combination with construction. So it's not just this disabled vehicle. We have construction as well. And this is all in the northbound lanes. I-35 south headed inbound is not seeing this problem, is not being affected by this, and have very fast lanes this morning, RJ.
All right, thank you very much, Alex. Right now, it looks like 40 minutes if you're trying to get out of that one particular spot. We'll check back in with him just a little bit. Guys.
6:03 right now. Hope you're listening to that clock. Okay, the Fighting Hornets ready to swarm the classroom for the first day of school today.
Indeed, East Central ISD has been seeing significant growth in population, and our Patty Santos is live outside the bus barn this morning where the buses have begun to take off. Patty.
Yeah, that started about 15 minutes ago. That is when all of them really started taking off. I'm having a pretty good back to school early morning day because I get to wave at all the bus drivers It's very exciting out here. But let me tell you a little bit about East Central ISD. This district covers about 250 square miles of eastern Bexar County, and they are expecting about 12,900 students on all 12 of their campuses. That is a lot more than last year. Listen, if your child is riding the school bus for the very first time, you're going to want to make sure that they know what to expect, that they know their bus route, the bus number, where to get on and off the bus, because a lot of times we hear it here in the news where, you know, the child was left at the wrong bus stop or the bus never came. So keep in mind that it's going to take a few days and maybe even a few weeks for the students, the parents, and the drivers to fine-tune this routine.
You know, the first couple of weeks are always a little hectic, you know, and that's normal. It doesn't indicate that, oh my gosh, it's going to be, you know, like this all year. It usually lasts for about 2 weeks, maybe a third week, and then it just, everybody figures out what works best for them.
Okay, and as we've been talking about this morning, drivers, as you head out this morning, make sure that you remember where those school zones are, that you don't get caught speeding on those zones. And if you see one of these buses that's stopped, and if you see the blinking lights and you see the stop signs, make sure that you stop, because the kids might be getting on and off, and the traffic in both directions has to stop. If you don't, and you get caught by a policeman, you will get a ticket. Reporting live from East Central ISD this morning, I'm Patty Santos. We'll send it back to you.
Definitely good tips right there, Patty. Thank you so much. And right now, again, East Central ISD ain't the only one starting back this week. Get this, we got a whole list of days of kids are getting back to the school in their classrooms. And again, East Central today, Monday, a lot of schools starting, including Northeast ISD, Northside ISD, and so many others. You got Kip, Texas, Northside ISD, Somerset, ACA. We got so many people coming back. But then on Tuesday, we got even more with a lot of those outlying schools going back to school, including Floresville, Pleasanton, Poteet, and so much more.
Throughout the rest of next week, most other area school districts are welcoming students back to the classroom as well. You can see the list right there. And then the following week, more will return, including New Braunfels, Somerset, and Edgewood ISDs. We have the complete list of back to school dates right now at KSAT.com. Don't forget to send us your back to school pictures as well. You can share them on KSAT Connect. All right, so this morning, Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones wants to pump the brakes on a deal for city funding for a new Spurs arena. But negotiations will continue anyway. During a marathon meeting on Wednesday, the mayor said that she wanted to take a strategic pause on negotiations for the city to finance as much as $500 million for that new Spurs arena. However, at least 7 of the 10 other city council members indicated that they want city staff to continue hammering out the details, with a vote on a non-binding deal possibly coming within the month. Afterward, we asked the mayor about the majority of the council going against her.
Look, the people know that we need more information on this, and I think that has been very clear in the feedback that has been provided. The fact that we are this amount of time into this, 3 years into it, and we still don't have a final number on how much the arena costs, that's kind of a basic thing we should have.
Although the city manager said that he would continue with negotiating a deal, he said that staff would look into Mayor Jones's request for an independent economic analysis, something echoed by at least one other council member. Voters will get a chance to vote on the Spurs arena, but not on the city's share. The county's portion of the arena funding, as much as $311 million through an increase to an existing venue tax, will appear on the November 4th ballot. I-608, now a heartbreaking accident on the northeast side overnight where San Antonio police say a 3-year-old drowned in a pool. Police say the family was having a poolside get-together at an apartment complex near Nacogdoches Road in Judson. And while the mother was cooking, she asked one of her children where their sibling was, and the child responded in the pool. Emergency crews performed CPR on the 3-year-old boy for about 30 minutes, but he died at the scene. Investigators say no charges are expected, as it appeared to be a tragic accident.
This morning, we got the dog at the center of a deadly attack has been euthanized. And we're talking about the dog attack that happened almost 2 weeks ago on the north side. And this was at an apartment complex on Patricia Drive. 32-year-old Simone Like died after her own dog bit her multiple times. A neighbor described that dog as, quote, a man-eater and told us that Likes' arm practically bitten off. Like shared the dog with someone else, and now that owner faces citations for violations, including lack of vaccination proof. Animal Care Services is looking into whether there were any prior incidents with the dog or the owner. It's now been 1 year since a young mother disappeared. Now, Kate Vada's 5-year-old son and her family still trying to find answers and keep her story alive. Last night, we got a prayer vigil at the balloon release held across the street from where Vada was last seen alive, which was the Windquist Inn off of Eisenhower and Austin Highway. And San Antonio police saying that on that date last year, they responded to a 911 hang-up at the location that came from Vada's phone. They add that witnesses said that Vada was at the location and had been attacked by another person, but have no further details, and no one has been arrested.
Right outside with live cam 609, 79 degrees this morning. Few clouds out there across the city of San Antonio if you're heading out the door right now. This is what we're going to be watching a little bit later in the forecast. It'll take until next week, but we'll see our heat high breakdown and some rain comes back into the picture. We'll put some percentages to it coming up.
Sniffed by players, banned by the league. While the NFL is pulling the plug on smelling salts, got a first look at why some stars say that they can't play without them.
And they've got big names like Mr. Beast and Logan Paul behind them, but are Lunchly kits really better for your kids? Up next, a surprising test result and what's lurking in that chocolate bar. Hi, we're back on GMSA 613 now. Have you seen these here? They're marketed as a healthier lunch kit for kids, but what is really inside a Lunchly?
Yeah, this is actually my first time seeing them. Okay, this morning, Devin Carr breaking it down for us, showing the Consumer Reports found when they put the Lunchly to the test.
They look fun, they're easy to pack, and your kid probably saw one on TikTok.
We're also 30 less calories, 3 less grams of fat, and 8 less grams of sugar.
Lunchly Kits, promoted by social media stars Mr. Beast, KSI, and Logan Paul, are the latest lunchbox craze. The pitch? A better-for-you take on the classic Lunchables.
We tested these kits just like we did Lunchables. We found no reason to call them healthier and found similar concerning levels of lead to those we found in other lunch kits.
Consumer Reports food safety experts put the Lunchly Kits through the same battery of tests they used on Lunchables last year, checking for nutrition and safety. Its test results are a snapshot in time and may not be representative of the lead levels in every kit. Lunchly markets its meals as lower in sugar and calories, but the full picture tells a different story.
Yes, the sugar is lower, but it's replaced with 2 sugar substitutes. And overall, it's still a highly processed meal.
Each Lunchly meal includes a savory food, a prime hydration drink, and a small candy bar. And that chocolate may be delivering more than just a sweet treat.
We know from our past tests that chocolate can be a high source of lead. In this case, we found that skipping the chocolate bar would drop the lead levels in the kit by about 30%. But let's be honest, kids are going to eat the chocolate.
In a statement sent to Consumer Reports, Lunchly said, quote, "We take the safety and nutritional value of our products very seriously. We abide by all legal requirements that apply to our products while also providing high-quality food and ingredients to our customers." Nutrition experts say there's nothing wrong with eating a Lunchly kit now and then, but they caution against eating them every day, citing concerns over high sodium, processed meats, and phthalates that may leach from plastic packaging. So what's a busy parent to do? Try building your own lunch kits using real food in fun, compartmentalized boxes.
You can pack fruit, veggies, cheese, dip. It will still feel like a lunch kit, but with a nutritional boost and fewer additives.
One thing Lunchly doesn't talk about on its website is sodium. One of these kits can deliver nearly half of a child's daily intake. When it comes to nutrition, experts say to read labels closely, and one of the cheapest, healthiest options is often a lunch made at home. I'm Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
There you go. Get that Lunchly and eat it responsibly.
I know. I mean, I wish I had the time to, carve out little pieces of cheese and put it all together with several kids. But.
Hey, I am a Lunchable person all day, every day. The little pieces, people be sleeping on them. Them things are good. RJ, what about you? Are you down with the Lunchables?
Bento boxes?
I am old school Lunchables, yes. I will do that. I've never had a Lunchly, though.
Me
and I don't
either.
know if I'll start, but. All right, let's give you an update here on the traffic situation. Right here, 10 at Martinez Creek. Traffic is moving along there, but we are going to focus a little bit here on that part of town as we get set to start school with East Central ISD. First of all, Alex is at this scene here earlier. This is a disabled vehicle, but you see the backup that we're seeing right now. 35 Topper Wine. Now traffic is stretching even a little bit further back towards parts of Judson and O'Connor. All right, we've been talking about East Central ISD, obviously starting out their first day of school. So some of the major corridors that you're going to need to be aware of, some buildup of traffic we are expected to see a little bit earlier. I think Harmony's 7:30 start time, 7:27 is going to be the first bell. Loop 410 to 1604, that is one particular stretch. Then 87, that kind of runs right above East Central, north of East Central, all the way to New Sulphur Springs Road, which is right there at the corner of the high school. And then I-10 East to US 181. So you just kind of see how big this district is. And so we're going to get a lot of folks on the road. I think Patty had mentioned close to 13,000 students. Not only that, but we also have faculty and staff as well. So happy first day to the East Central Hornets and all the kiddos out there. Let's go to Alex in Drive Cam right now and see how things are looking on the ground. Alex, how are things looking?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. I'm still keeping an eye on the northeast side. This is going to be 35 northbound near Olympia Parkway. Earlier, I showed you the disabled vehicle blocking the left lane. Now the construction right here is blocking the right lane. So multiple lanes blocked. Just know that I-35 north is now backed up from Olympia Parkway down to, well, about Judson Road now, RJ. So it's getting worse.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Alex. All right, Justin, how are things looking out there for our first day kiddos?
Well, you know, I like the idea of starting on a Thursday because you get 2 days and it's the weekend. It's not a bad way to go, but we wish all those kiddos well as they head back to school. I know it can be a little nerve-wracking. Let's take a look at the tropics right now, and this is going to be, again, a topic of conversation going forward here as we get probably into next week. I think things are going to get a little more active than they already are. And I know there's a lot out there, but none of these systems as it stands right now show any threat to the United States. Even that one there along the East Coast, that 30% chance, if that even develops, it's probably going to move out to sea. Dexter is becoming extratropical. And this system, if it develops, probably curves back out to sea. But as we look down towards the convergent zone, intertropical convergent zone here. This is what we call it, these waves that come off of Africa, and you have kind of the zone here where you have some unsettled weather. We are starting to see more and more waves come off, and they're starting to get a little bit stronger, and this is the time of year where we could get some development way out here in the Atlantic. And we have several computer models that are hinting at an idea that we may get something to develop here next week. Very early in the game, very, very early, but it is worth watching. And we know that we are starting to move into that time of year where things are forecast to pick up. We think it's going to be an above average season, and late August, early September is the peak of when you will see lots of activity out there in the Atlantic, at least climatologically speaking. Okay, outside, some clouds this morning, near 80 degrees in San Antonio, 75 in New Braunfels, 78 Converse, 72 right now in Bernie. We got light winds in the forecast for today. Takes us up to 87 by 11 o'clock, 90 by noontime, and 100 is our high today, right back where we were yesterday. Heat index, 102 to 103. So after school practice, all that fun stuff, be careful. Band practice out in the, they think they do it in the parking lots. That's hot.
Yeah, it teaches kids how to be men.
Okay, well.
And women.
As long as they stay hydrated.
Right, gotta stay safe.
101 Friday, 99 Saturday, 98 Sunday. We do start to introduce some rain chances. I think late Sunday, but more so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Not big chances, but some of that just isolated afternoon pop-up stuff possible next week. Okay, our Just Ask Justin question this morning. Because there is preseason football tonight, I was in the spirit of football. Established in 1898, which team is considered to be the oldest NFL franchise? As of now, we have votes for all four teams, but is it Green Bay, Dallas, New York, or Arizona? And perhaps a little bit of a hint here. Maybe I shouldn't read the cities. I should read the names. The Packers, the Cowboys, the Giants, or the Cardinals, because these teams have moved around, so just keep that in mind. But right now, the Arizona Cardinals have the most votes at 54%. You can go to ksat.com/polls, scan the QR code. We reveal the answer in just half an hour, football fans.
I couldn't tell you if my life depended on it. So I'm waiting on RJ and Ernie.
Well, I'm waiting on RJ.
NFL team.
Eagles!
She's the Philadelphia Eagles.
Right. I knew that.
Defending champions.
That's unfortunate.
So.
621.
Uh-oh.
79 degrees outside.
Speaking of the NFL, they just benched smelling salts, and some players are not taking that well. Why the league says they're dangerous and why athletes say they are essential to the game.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the NFL running interference on smelling salts.
I've been distraught all day.
The league will no longer provide athletes with those pungent packets of ammonia for an extra jolt of energy or to get in the zone. The new rule is rubbing some NFL stars the wrong way.
I think it was a quick trigger to ban them. I'm going to be severely affected, to be honest with you.
Many athletes finding it useful, but the NFL citing an FDA warning from 2024 saying they're not safe and can mask the symptoms of a concussion.
This was a step that we felt that we needed to take as a league to make sure that our clubs were not providing something that we know, A, doesn't provide any sports benefit or advantage, and B, does have some potential downsides. And C has also been discouraged from the FDA.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on the NFL smelling salt decision and the latest player reaction this morning. With your GMA First Look, I'm Lionel Moise, ABC News, New York.
See a lot of hockey players taking that too.
Sure.
626 right now, 79 degrees outside.
The Fighting Hornets of East Central ISD are ready to swarm into the classroom for the first day of school today. Up next, how removing phones from class is already helping students succeed.
Also, we got a bat with rabies found at a very popular shopping area near San Marcos. What you need to know and when it was found.
And a live look at Drive Cam right now at one of the construction sites around town. And RJ is, of course, keeping tabs on all of this. We'll check in with him and Alex Gomez coming up in the next half hour.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
6:30 on this Thursday again. Happy Thursday, happy Friday, Junior, and happy back to school for some of our kiddos out there.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop, whoop.
Speaking of back to school,
Wait
check
for
it out. Yo.
Hey, beep, beep.
There it is. I just need a little stop sign to pop out. I'm still working on that. That takes some work.
Yeah, there you go. There's
Nice.
a stop sign hand.
If you're heading to the bus stop right now, it's 77 degrees. This afternoon, it'll be 98. Hot. We're used to it. Open the windows. Remember that?
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah, you have to grab the both things
Oh,
so
yeah.
to pull it down because if it was stuck, you, especially when halfway, you frustrated.
Oh, yeah. Those buses get hot.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. There's your bus stop forecast because it is back to school for
Fantastic.
some. Yeah. And we'll jump into the forecast here, guys, and take a look.
Oh, there it goes.
We got to wait for the bus to go.
That way?
Slowly but surely. And let's look at rain chances this week. So we don't have any rain today, or really this weekend for that matter. I think it's going to take until next week that we're going to start to get some of these small rain chances, which I know we're back to school next week too for a lot of school districts. You may have to dodge a shower too. Right now, we've put those rain percentages at 20, so it's not a huge chance, but at least a little bit of a pattern shift. Pollen count, as of yesterday, molds were moderate at 510. We'll see where we end up today. Just based on the current trajectory, it looks like we should see this number continue to go down, but it has been giving people some sneezy conditions, I think. I've noticed that around the newsroom. Okay, coming up, we're going to talk about our forecast going forward and what temperatures look like combined with those rain chances. That's coming up in just a bit, but now over to RJ with a check-in on traffic.
All right, thank you very much for that, Justin. I was looking for that camera. There we go. Perfect timing. All right, 35 right here in Nogalitos. You see our traffic moving into the downtown area. This is coming off of basically 90 and 10. So let's go ahead and show you the map that we're seeing in this one particular area. Again, south of downtown, ongoing construction. That is not going to change as we get to the first day of school, especially for our folks over here by Burbank High School. A little bit further west, Kennedy High School, and obviously Edgewood ISD starting things out there a little bit later on as well. But keep this in mind that construction is still going to be in place as we get set to start with SAISD next week. So Just don't want to surprise some folks that are going to be driving up 35. Speaking of 35, this is our northbound traffic right here at Topperwine. And now our traffic is backing up past Topperwine all the way to Randolph Boulevard, parts of Judson, also O'Connor roads as well. And you see the backup there, Live Oak and Pat Booker area. So we did clear out some construction right here. This is going to be 1604 north to east. Right before we get to Brandeis High School, Kyle Steele Parkway, but it looks like now we have a reported incident on the road, so we'll continue to keep an eye on that situation on the far northwest side of town. Let's go to Alex right now in Drive Cam and see how things are looking on the roads, and I believe he might still be out in the northeast side. What's up, Alex?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. I'm keeping an eye on the construction over here on the northeast side, and it looks like they're wrapping up right now. However, it's a slow process to move all of these vehicles away. So right now they're starting to pick up some of the barrows. 35 northbound only has one lane open right here in front of the forum, right near Olympia Parkway. So again, backup is now stretching all the way down to about O'Connor Road now. That's why we have all of this slowing. But again, 35 southbound, not really seeing this construction problem. 35 south is still moving a lot faster than the northbound lanes, RJ.
Okay, thank you, Alex. And we will continue to monitor the situation with East Central ISD on the roads as they get back to school. Jeff.
All right, thank you, RJ. Meanwhile, we got some parents extra stressed out this morning during this back to school season because they don't know where their kids are going to school. So get this, the charter school that their kids attended just announced it's closing 5 days before classes were supposed to start. We've been telling you about this confusion surrounding the Bexar County Academy. Parents were sent a letter saying, quote, our board of directors voted to voluntarily surrender the school's charter to the Texas Education Agency. We spoke to the campus's principal on August the 4th, who said at that time, she herself was still trying to figure things out.
No answers. I don't know what's going to happen. And that's like, I got on this route.
Letter that was sent out is dated August 6th, and then in the letter it states that they officially closed on July 31st. When you saw that, what was going through your head?
Why didn't they tell us ahead of time, especially not finding out until after August?
However, according to the Texas Education Agency, the Board of Directors of Academy of America, who held the charter to Bexar County Academy, met July 24th, voting to close the school the following week, and it's not clear why there wasn't more notice for the parents. The Bexar County Academy says that if parents want to access their child's records, they can call 210-432-8600. You see the number right there on your screen. The Texas Education Agency also telling parents to visit txschools.gov to find another school. We wish them the best.
Indeed. Well, for the first time since being arrested for DWI last month, San Antonio City Councilwoman Ivelisse Mesa Gonzalez made an appearance at a council meeting. She's the newly elected representative in District 8. Gonzalez addressed her arrest back in 2010 for DWI. She issued a statement, which you see here. She said that she was acquitted by a jury of her peers and had her record expunged, quote, as is the right of anyone who is actually innocent, end quote. Records obtained by KSAT show that Gonzalez was charged with misdemeanor DWI open container in June of 2010, but the charge does not appear in a criminal background check. Regarding her recent arrest last month, Gonzalez says she is taking full accountability.
An off-duty San Antonio police officer under investigation for possible DWI after driving through the front yard of an Alamo Ranch home. Sheriff's deputies say that David McCall had difficulty communicating and was struggling to breathe when he was found in the 3400 block of Coryell Cove on Tuesday. Investigators noted that he had a six-pack of beer and an unopened bottle of wine in the vehicle. McCall taken to the hospital where nurses did detect alcohol on his breath. A warrant was then obtained to draw a sample of blood. BCSO officials are awaiting those toxicology results and are trying to determine if McCall had a medical episode instead and will then determine whether to charge him. McCall has worked for the SAPD since 2007 and is now on administrative duty.
The trial for the man accused of killing his neighbor more than 3 years ago is now underway. Malik Pryor is accused of killing Jared Paypen in his apartment in Stone Oak. The prosecutor began the case by telling jurors what the victim did the morning he died.
Okay, I'm gonna pull the truck around front. So Jared, in these apartments on the second floor, left his apartment, took a left, and went to go get the truck. He never got to the truck.
Police found Paypen's body in the suspect's apartment back in May of 2022. Officers say Paypen had been beaten and strangled with an electrical cord. According to Pryor's arrest warrant, the two men lived in the same apartment complex and had gotten into several heated arguments. Pryor is facing up to life in prison if he's convicted.
Well, happening today is the late Flaco Jimenez's final curtain call. The legendary conjunto musician passed away nearly a week ago. His family hosting that memorial service this evening at the Carver Community Cultural Center on North Hackberry Street, and it's taking place from 6 to 9 p.m. Get this, you can go, but you need to get there early because it is their first come, first serve basis, and I can only imagine this is going to be a packed house.
There will be a crowd for sure. Well, also happening today, Bexar County Judge Peter Sakai is inviting the community to attend one of the county's budget town halls coming up over the next few weeks. The first one is scheduled for this evening at the Harlandale Civic Center on West South Cross Boulevard from 6 to 7:30 p.m. This is your chance to learn about how the budget works. You can share your thoughts and ask county leaders questions. There will be 3 other town halls for the other precincts in the next few weeks.
All right, guys, let's get to a couple of your morning headlines as we take a look at some protests erupting overnight in the West Coast in L.A., specifically after what's being called Operation Trojan Horse. That's after ICE agents rolled up to a Home Depot in the back of a rented moving truck. You're taking a look at some of that video right there. Now, when the doors flew open, they jumped out and detained several vendors and day laborers. Homeland Security says that 16 undocumented immigrants were arrested, but critics are calling this raid illegal this morning. Also this morning, President Donald Trump enacting a new wave of tariffs on dozens of America's trading partners. The tariffs include imposing higher import taxes on goods from over 60 countries, including the European Union, Japan, and South Korea. These tariffs are part of Trump's strategy to reduce the trade deficit and encourage foreign investment in the U.S. The president says that the higher tariffs already in effect have raised more than $100 billion in tax revenue.
All right, it's 6:39, 79 degrees as we go outside with live cam. Sun is about to be up. We see just a few clouds out there, but it is mighty humid, and it's going to be mighty hot today. 100 here in San Antonio. Some places out in the desert Southwest could be as high as 115. Wind does the heat in. We'll show you the forecast coming up.
Well, if you're eating a bowl of cereal, you might want to pause your spoon because we're talking about ketchup in a smoothie. Heinz and Smoothie King dropping a tangy twist that's part fruit, part fries. Night fever. Okay, we'll tell you what's in it besides the ketchup.
Tax-free weekend is happening this week in Texas. Here's what you need to know to maximize your savings.
From August 8th through the 10th, ditch the sales tax on clothing, footwear, school supplies, and backpacks under $100. Whether you're shopping in store, online, or even ordering by phone call, as long as you purchase during the holiday, you'll qualify for the tax exemption. Even if your items arrive later, they're still tax-free if bought within the period. Watch out for extra charges like shipping as they count toward the total price. For example, jeans at $95 with a $10 delivery fee will be taxable since the total exceeds $100. If you accidentally pay on qualifying items, you can request a refund from the seller or file a claim directly with the comptroller's office.
The full list of items that qualify for the tax exemption for the upcoming tax-free weekend is extensive. You can head to KSAT.com right now for more details from the Texas Comptroller's Office. Ivan Herrera, KSAT 12 News.
6:44 right now. Okay, so this morning, San Marcos officials are warning residents after a bat was found at the Tanger Outlet Mall tested positive for rabies. So this bat discovered near the Le Crouet. Is that what that is?
Crusade?
Okay, we got it. The store on August 2nd later confirmed rabbit by a lab in Austin. Now, the rabies, of course, is a deadly virus that spreads through saliva and can infect humans, pets, and wildlife. But anyone who may have touched the bat, you need to seek that immediate medical treatment. And if you think that you've been exposed, you need to call San Marcos Animal Services right away.
All right. In your morning consumer headlines, if you've ever wished that your smoothie tasted a little bit more like ketchup, well, if that is the case, this could be your thing here. A Smoothie King and Heinz are making that dream or nightmare a reality here by introducing the world's first ever ketchup smoothie. It's a blend of Heinz Simply Ketchup, acai sorbet, apple juice, strawberries, and raspberries. Heinz swears it is sweet and tangy. We're guessing it's kind of like a fruit salad that kind of fell in a hot dog. Right now, it's only available at select Smoothie King spots if you're brave enough. So,
you know, this could be a good prank on someone. Like, hey, yo, I got this nice, tasty, refreshing strawberry daiquiri.
Mixed berry daiquiri.
And you hit it and it's ketchup on ice.
It would get me. I'm a big strawberry fan, so anything strawberry related, I'd be like, okay.
But what would you
I'm
do
in.
if you had like ketchup hit it in there?
I don't think I'd like it very much, but you know what? I'm willing to try anything. So, Heinz, if you
That's a
want to say something.
hard pass for me. Our intern Daisy, she's on our team right now. She said hard pass too.
She said in the back there. Okay.
Well, it's some free advertising for ketchup, but you know, the thing is, they probably like hide it in there. All the other flavors, like probably. You know.
Dominate.
I think the color of it will make your brain immediately think ketchup, though.
You think?
I do. That's what happens when I eat.
All right.
Okay.
Traffic.
Let's go to traffic. All right, good talk here.
Good transition.
All right, if anyone is making a run to get some coffee or some weird type of smoothie items, here's a check of the roads. 35 Nogalitos traffic is starting to back up there for our drivers going north into the downtown area. Here's the current shot that you see the backup right here over by Burbank High School. Traffic also building for all of our drivers coming in on 90 right now. So keep this one in mind. That's a look there at our camera shot there at 90 at Nogalitos there as well. Let's keep you moving along here because we do want to let you know 1604 North right here past Bandera Road have a report of a stalled vehicle there, and 35 at Topper Wine still seeing some pretty good backups here for our drivers over by that part of the city. All right, East Central starting out first day, so here's going to be some of our major corridors to watch out for. Loop 410 to 1604. This is a massive district. 87 all the way to New Sulphur Springs Road. That's going to be at the corner of East Central High School, and then I-10 East to Highway 181, just to give you an idea of some of the roads that we might kind of see a little bit more activity as we get these kiddos back to class for their first day. All right, let's check in things with Gomez and see how it's looking in Drive Cam. Alex, what are we looking at, man?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. So the northeast side is making progress. Those cranes have left the highway. Now crews just have to pick up those barrels. And right now we are still dealing with that backup 35 northbound from Olympia Parkway down to O'Connor Road. So if you can, use Lookout Road. Lookout Road would be your best alternate route. And RJ, for Just Ask Justin, I don't know if the Cowboys are the oldest franchise, but they are the best franchise. So that's my answer, the Cowboys this morning.
All right, Alex, the ever optimistic Cowboys fan. Yeah, I'm going to go with Chicago on that one, or not Chicago. Okay, I'll let Justin explain this, but it's the Cardinals, in my opinion. Jay Horn.
Okay. Alex is a very hot take there. Very, very hot. I think Ernie's right. I think he's still living in 1994 there. It's been a little bit. Okay, high temperatures today. 100 here in San Antonio, 101 El Paso, 115 in Phoenix. Really hot underneath our heat dome that we have that has been really kind of holding steady here over parts of New Mexico and West Texas. ED is going to break down eventually, but not before we get a couple days here where we're 100 plus in San Antonio. Tomorrow might actually be our hottest day as the heat high shifts just a little bit closer. But here's the good news. Let me take you all the way to Sunday now. This heat high starts to shrink. It starts to kind of weaken. And really, it almost just goes away. We get a little disturbance that rolls in here. Nothing that's terribly strong, a little area of low pressure, but it may be just enough to kick off some showers Monday going into Tuesday. Maybe even Sunday evening we could see a couple. Nothing that's going to be widespread there. It's going to give us a ton of rain, but you'll see just some of those spotty showers on the radar during the afternoons. I'd say Monday, Tuesday, maybe even a Wednesday of next week. So that should help us with temperatures a little bit. Not today, though. 79 right now in San Antonio, 76 in Pleasanton, 80 in Carrizo Springs and Eagle Pass. In the high temperature today, 100 here in San Antonio, 101 in Pleasanton, 100 in Uvalde. You get the idea. It is going to be hot yet again and maybe a degree or two warmer than yesterday. Heat indices also in that range, 100 to 102. You'll tack on a couple degrees when you factor in the humidity. All right, days until we go back to school for a lot of the districts. I know East Central is back today, but we'll call it 4. It's coming. It's coming. College football is 16 days away. Labor Day, 25 days away. Fall begins officially, the equinox, 46 days away. Halloween, 85, and Thanksgiving, 112. Also on Thanksgiving, I should point out, related to college football, Texas versus Texas A&M.
in Austin this year, right?
In Austin.
Okay.
I'm excited about that.
Thanks and gig 'em.
Yes. All right. 101 coming up tomorrow, 99 Saturday, 98 on Sunday, and then those small rain chances next week, which we dropped temperatures just a little bit, 98. I mean, talking 2 degrees, but it just looks better than 100, right? Okay, 2-hour Just Ask Justin question. And, you know, we got to vote there for the Dallas Cowboys. Established in 1898, which team is considered to be the oldest NFL franchise? And the votes have gone to the Arizona Cardinals. What do you guys think?
RJ said Cardinals. I'm copying off of him today.
Okay.
And I did say I worked in the Phoenix market a couple of years as a sportscaster, and I remember thinking that they were in St. Louis at one point, and I think, as RJ said, they were in Chicago before that. So I will say Arizona Cardinals.
You guys are sports scholars.
Hey!
It is the Arizona Cardinals, and as you rightly pointed out, originally established as the Morgan Athletic Club in Chicago, they were an independent football club until they became one of the founding members of the NFL in 1920. They would move from Chicago to St. Louis in 1960, and from St. Louis to Phoenix in 1988.
Hey, thank you, RJ.
Still haven't won a Super Bowl, right? I mean, they won early in their franchise. I think
I don't think they've won a Super Bowl. No, maybe
not
in the modern era.
Not in the modern era.
Yeah.
They've come close.
Hey, you know who did win a Super Bowl, though?
Okay.
Philadelphia Eagles. Go Birds. Okay.
Get rid of that tush push.
6:52, 79 degrees outside.
You're going to push you right now. Coming up on GMSA Plus, a San Antonio area pup could take home the title for the most unusual pet insurance claim. How she ended up in the running and the wild stories of her competition coming up.
6:55. Welcome back to Good Morning San Antonio. Let's give you a quick check here of the roads. And 35 in Nogaledio seeing some major backup here for all of our drivers headed into the downtown area. This is not our only trouble spot that we're seeing on this Thursday morning. We have got a pretty significant backup going on here. 35 northbound over by Topperwine Road, a combination of a stalled vehicle off to the side of the road and also ongoing construction for that part of the northeast side of town. So as we get close to GMSA Plus, we will continue to monitor this situation. Plus, first day of school for East Central ISD. GMSA will be back with GMSA Plus after this short break.